Part 2. My name is Amy. I'm here from the learning team. And zookeepers have just stepped out onto the rocks here at Cobra Seal Pool to start this morning's seal training session. Training demonstrates our commitment to care. A great example of one of the many ways the zookeepers take care of the seals every single day. But before I talk more about the training process, let me introduce you to the two seals participating in training today. The seal on the big flat rock right now is a harbor seal. The harbor seal is the smaller of the two seals that lives here and also has lots of light spots, especially along his belly. The other seal coming around from the stadium side right now is a gray seal. The gray seal is much larger than the harbor seal, more of a solid dark gray color, and also has a very long and flat nose, kind of like a horse, which you might notice when he pops his head out of the water. In some parts of the world, gray seals are also known as horse-head seals because of the shape of their nose. Training is an essential part of caring for both of these seals because it has many benefits, both for the zookeepers and also for the seals. One of the great benefits for the seals is that training provides them with a variety of mental and physical exercise. By practicing lots of behaviors with the zookeepers, they use their bodies and muscles in many different ways, and of course they have to use their brains to remember all the behaviors that they've learned over time, while also learning some new ones. Another great benefit of training is that it allows the seals and zookeepers to work closely together and get to know each other really well, which is important for multiple reasons. For one thing, we want the seals to be really comfortable working with all the zookeepers that help take care of them. So by working closely with each staff member during training and rotating which zookeeper they work with on a regular basis, they have a chance to get to know the whole team really well. We also want the zookeepers to know the seals really well because that's one of the ways we check on their health. Animals like seals can't really tell us with words how they're feeling. So instead, the zookeepers get to know them really, really well, how they look and how they act when they're feeling good, and then they observe them carefully multiple times a day, every single day, to keep a close eye on their health and well-being. During training especially, they'll ask the seals to do lots of behaviors that make it easy to check on them. For example, they might ask the seals to open their mouth and show their teeth, so they can get a good look at their teeth, which are hard to see when they're moving around. They might even ask the seals to hold still long enough for the zookeeper to brush their teeth. The seals also need regular care like dental cleaning. So by working on these skills in training, the zookeepers can help the seals get comfortable with any of those regular healthcare tasks. Sometimes they'll also ask the seals to move around in different ways, like swimming to different parts of the pool or moving specific parts of their body, and that's a great way to make sure that they're feeling good and moving comfortably, and that all of their muscles are strong and flexible like they should be. Now, training follows a very consistent step-by-step process that we like to call the 4 R's. These are request, respond, reward, and repeat. The first R, the request, comes from the zookeeper. They request that the seal does behavior. So you might notice them making hand signals, saying words, or even using objects like brightly colored rings to show the seals what to do. After they make that request, comes the second R, the response, which is the seal's part, where the seal should try to do the behavior that was requested. So for example, when the zookeeper made a big circle over her head with her arms, the seal responded by making a donut shape with his body and touching his nose and his tail. That was the correct response. So in return, he'll get that third R, reward. And this is called positive reinforcement. It means that the animals get something good each time they do the right behavior, so they can let them know that that was the right one. And for animals like seals, their reward is typically different types of food, including a variety of fish, plus some squid, and even some unsweetened, unflavored jello. Jello is a great part of their healthy diet because it has a lot of water in it, and it helps to keep them hydrated, as seals get their water from their food. You might also be wondering what happens if they don't respond correctly. Mistakes are a normal part of learning for us and for the seals, so they definitely don't get all of those responses right. But that's totally fine. There is never any punishment whatsoever if their response is correct, even if that's on purpose, because training is always positive. They just have a chance to try again, or the zookeeper might move on to a different behavior that they feel a little bit more confident in. And that brings us to the fourth and final R, which is repeat. As we all know, practice makes perfect. That's true for us, of course, but it's also true for the seals and all the other animals here at the zoo that participate in training. They So by working closely with the seals multiple times a day, every single day during these training sessions and practicing these behaviors many times, we can make sure that they learn all the behaviors and learn new ones too, and make sure to stay fresh on all of those. Some of these behaviors are especially helpful during some other situations like vet exams, so the zookeepers and seals work closely to practice all of these behaviors during training on a regular basis. Now, it does